Hello and welcome to Girl Scouts of Southeastern Michigan's 2024 Troop Cookie Rookie Training. Today's training, we will go over the basics of the Girl Scout Cookie Program. This training will also align with our Troop Manager Guide that you would have received in your Troop Cookie Kit. So for today's agenda, we will cover the important dates, the 2024 cookie lineup, theme reveal, and rewards, the program overview, cookie cupboards, digital cookie, financial procedures, and volunteer resources. In-depth trainings and tutorials are called cookie cafes. You can sign up for these by visiting gssem.org and viewing the event calendar. We have a variety of different subtopics that go into a little bit more detail, such as how to select a booth, submit your initial order, pick up cookies at a cookie cupboard, and select rewards. By the end of this training, you will have a great understanding of the basic overview of the Girl Scout Cookie Program. The next two slides are going to cover the important dates. A lot of this verbiage could be new to you, so I will go over just a few highlighted dates. December 16th, girls can begin taking early online orders through the digital cookie platform. January 8th, the cookie program officially begins. Girls can begin taking orders on their paper order card from friends and family. January 24th through the 26th, our booth reservation system will open in eBuddy. On February 1st, the troop initial cookie order will be due in eBuddy. February 9th, 10th, 12th, and 13th, troop cookie pickups for initial orders will be held. February 15th, cookie cupboards will open. February 16th, booth sales will begin. And then on April 7th, the booth sales will end. And in mid-May, you will receive your troop rewards. Moving on to the cookie program checklist. This can be found on page 4 of the Troop Manager Guide. So the first step really is to complete the 2024 Cookie Rookie Training. So we're almost there. The next step is you're going to ensure that you and your co-leader have a current membership and background check. This is essential to have access to our cookie management software system, eBuddy. The next step is going to be to complete the 2 financial forms required to have access to eBuddy and participate in the Girl Scout Cookie Program. This is the ACH debit authorization form and the agreement to assume debt form. Hold an initial troop meeting to discuss the 2023-2024 cookie goals and troop expectations. And then distribute the girl material from the cookie kits to the parents and or caregivers of the Girl Scouts and relay any important dates and deadlines. And then ensure all girls who are participating in the Girl Scout Cookie Program have a current membership. This is essential for them to be added to eBuddy and Digital Cookie. And then the final step is going to be logging into eBuddy at www.ebuddy.littlebrownie.com to verify your troop roster is correct. All right, so we have our 2024 cookie lineup. This year, we have our core cookies at $5 a box. This is the Lemon Ups, Trefoils, Do-si-dos, Samoas, Tagalongs, Thin Mints, and Adventurefuls. We have our specialty cookies set at $6 a box. This is the Girl Scout S'mores and Toffee-tastics. They're set at $6 a box just because there's a little bit more that goes into making these cookies. But regardless of what cookies are sold, girls will earn different proceeds, which we will cover in a few slides. I'm sorry, the same proceeds. So we are moving on to our 2024 theme and mascot. So this cute little pink thing is called an axolotl, and her name is Lucy. So the mascot is Lucy the axolotl, and the theme is Own Your Magic. So just some fun facts about an axolotl if you were unsure of what an axolotl was before this training, like I was. An axolotl's natural habitat is Lake Xochimilco in Mexico City. Just highlighting a few of these facts here. Axolotls can be found over in in over 18 colors, including most Girl Scout cookie package colors. They're often pink as pets, but can be gray, green, black, brown, and in the wild, so they blend into their environment. So moving on back to the proceeds that I was mentioning. So regardless of what cookies are sold, the girls will earn the same type of proceeds for each box. So troops earn 85 cents for each package of cookies sold. The troop sales volume is measured by per girl average, or what we call PGA. The troop PGA is calculated by taking the number of packages sold by the troop and dividing the number of by the number of girls selling. The different bonus levels are listed here. So there are different opportunities to earn a higher tiered proceed rate. So we have the PGA range of 1 to 349 is that 85 cents per box level. And then the PGA of 350 to 599 is the 90 cents per box. 600 to 999, troops earn 95 cents per box. And then a PGA of 1,000 or more will earn the $5 per box. So troops may also opt out of rewards to choose to take an additional 6 cents per package in place of individual girl rewards. So moving back a slide, that 6 cents would be added to the 85 cents as the base. And then of course, if the troop PGA is in one of the other tiered ranges, the 6 cents would be added to the 90 or the 95 or the $5. And the PGA can be found on your troop sales report in eBuddy. And this will calculate throughout the season, and it may change. And something to note is that girls who have 0 boxes of cookies assigned to them will not affect the troop PGA. So moving back on to the opting out of rewards. So if the troop decides to opt out of the rewards, the girls will still receive patches for their sales achievement, but they do not receive any individual rewards, including initial order rewards, troop rewards, or the reward events. New this year, this does include the cookie celebrations. Opting out of rewards must be a troop decision made with input from all girls. Troops should opt out of rewards on the settings tab in eBuddy. No additional form will be needed. So here is the reward lineup for this year. You can see that there is initial order rewards. So if a girl has a PGA of 225 boxes or more, I'm sorry, not a PGA, but a box level of 225 boxes or more during that initial order period. So from December 16th all the way until February 1st, if she has sold the 225 boxes, she would earn this t-shirt. We also have bar patches that align with each of the highest levels sold. So if the girl has sold 100 boxes, she would receive the 100 bar patch. If she sold 200, it would be 200, and so forth. And then we have the troop rewards. So listed here, if the troop has a final PGA at the end of the program of 350 or more, each girl in the troop would receive the cotton bandana and baseball cap. And then of course we have different patches for booth sales, our gift of caring reward, and digital cookie. All rewards are accumulative, so if the Girl Scout had earned Lucy the Axolotl plush at the 350 box level, she's also going to earn everything underneath that. So the collapsible camp cup, the wallet pouch, the socks, the lanyard, the magical marker, and Own Your Magic patch. Here's the bottom portion of the order card. And it just is going to cover all the different options that we have this year. New this year is a new format of the cookie celebration. We have a variety of different locations to select. And then, of course, if none of those locations work, the girl can opt out of that and receive the ice cream maker. Just going over a little bit on the oars highlighted in blue. So these are typically selections. Everything on the reward order card will automatically populate in eBuddy when the cookies are assigned to the girl. If there is a selection that needs to be made, that would need to be made by the troop leader in eBuddy. So we're taking a look at the 1250 box level, the Fujifilm Instant Camera, or the Cedar Point Day, or the Michigan Adventures Day. The girl would notify you that, let's say she would want the Cedar Point Day on July 12th, 2024. So you would go into eBuddy and make that selection for her by the end of the cookie program. And then our big trip this year is Chicago. We have that set at the 3,000 level. So 3,000 boxes or more. The girl and one chaperone would be invited to Chicago, Illinois on August 4th through the 6th for a little adventure weekend. We have what we call a community service project here at Girl Scouts called Gift of Caring, or Troops to Troops. This is where customers will donate boxes of cookies to military members overseas. And the program that we use to facilitate this is Soldiers Angels. So troops do not need to collect any type of money for this, they do not need to save any boxes of cookies. They just collect the money as usual at a booth or a customer and deposit it into the troop bank account. And then note it in eBuddy that this was a troops to troops donation order and how many boxes it was for. And then that lets us know as a council how many boxes to send to Soldiers Angels at the end of the Girl Scout cookie program. So more information on the specifics of this can be found in the Troop Manager Guide. Specifically on page 9. So eBuddy, I've been talking about eBuddy quite a bit. For those who are brand new, eBuddy is the online system that troops use to manage the cookie sale. Using eBuddy, you can place your initial order, select a delivery location, find cookie booth opportunities, assign cookies to girls, and kind of just overall manage your troop cookie season. The troop leaders can access eBuddy at ebuddy.littlebrownie.com starting on December 14th, 2023. Volunteers must have a current membership and background check to have access to eBuddy. So like I mentioned, you can either log in at ebuddy.littlebrownie.com or you may receive a welcome email. Please be sure to check your spam or promotions folder for this. Not everyone gets it, but if you do not receive it, again, you can just log in at ebuddy.littlebrownie.com. It will prompt you, the email will have an embedded link and you'll just select it. Or if you're logging in on the ebuddy.littlebrownie.com, you'll be taken to this cookie tech portal where you will fill out your profile information. All profile fields are mandatory except for the address line 2. Be sure to enter your current password and then click Update Profile. So once that is complete, you'll be taken to your troops dashboard. It will look very similar to this. Your troop number would be up top and it would give you a breakdown of the total sales done by the girls and what format it was done. So in this image, you can see the initial orders, the gift of caring, and then additional orders, which means anything after the initial order period. So that December 16th through the February 1st, that's the initial order period. And then after that is what we call our booth sale period. So it gives you a breakdown of that. It gives you a breakdown of variety of cookies sold and all of the statistics for your troop. On the side, you can see the messages and then calendars. So that would list any messages from the council. And then the calendar might simply list all of the booth locations that you have signed up for. So going on to the initial order. Girls can use their paper order cards to take orders from family and friends from January 8th to February 1st. Remember, we do have that early online sales starting December 16th. These orders will be included in the troop's initial cookie order, which must be placed in eBuddy by February 1st at 11:59 p.m. or by 11:59 p.m. This initial order will then be available for pickup at your selected delivery site on February 9th, 10th, 11th, 13th, and 13th. Delivery site and times will be listed in eBuddy. So when you log in, you'll be prompted to select a site and time slot that works best for you. And again, that is the deadline for all of this is February 1st by 11:59 p.m. We have a special Cookie Cafe webinar on how to place your Troops initial order on Monday, January 22nd from 6:30 to 7:30 p.m. This training will also be recorded. The product program team will also be hosting office hours on the deadline. So on February 1st from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m., the product program staff will be available to assist with any questions. And you just have to email productsales@gssem.org. So to place your initial order, you're going to tabulate up all of the girls' order card totals and any additional cookies needed for cookie booths. When you do that per girl, the eBuddy system will automatically round your totals up to full cases. The troop is responsible for these extra cookies. And just to note, all cookie cases have 12 individual boxes. So if a Girl Scout in your troop ordered 8 Samoas, it is going to round up to a case of 12 boxes of Samoas. Your initial order cookies will be received at your scheduled delivery site on February 9th, 10th, 11th, and 13th. All girl delivered orders that were placed on digital cookie will flow into eBuddy. You do not need to add these to your initial order. They will be available at the delivery site and included in your initial order. So what to expect at the delivery site pickup for your initial order. Site workers will load your vehicle with the amount of product specified on the troop initial order printout. The product program staff representative will have your troop initial order report printed out and available. The troop person picking up the cookies should carefully count the cookies as they are loaded. And then they should sign off on the cookies that they've received, agreeing, saying that that is the correct amount of cookies. Please be sure to bring a vehicle large enough to hold the amount of cookie cases. You may bring extra parents, caregivers, and vehicles if the order is larger. When you are selecting your delivery site in eBuddy, it will actually let you know what the suggested amount of cars or suggested type of car you may need for your order. Your troop will receive a booth kit at the delivery site. This will include resources and tips for the booth sales. So moving on to the booth program. So our booth program will run from February 15th through April 7th, 2024. So the definition of our booth sales or direct sale refers to the selling of cookies to customers on the spot. So there is no pre-order period or waiting. The girls can just give the cookies to the individual customers using their goal-getter card, or troops can reserve the setup. Troops can reserve and set up a cookie booth at one of our authorized locations and sell to the public. Goal-getter cards should be used after the initial order has been submitted for girls who would like to take additional orders. So the troop cookie kit contained a goal-getter card for each girl. It should have been a paper version of the order card, a thinner paper version. You should hold on to it and give these to each one of the girls once she submits her initial order to the troop. And then, of course, she can continue to take orders using that goal-getter card. These cookies will then be picked up by the troop at a cookie cupboard. So to minimize the trips up to the cookie cupboard, maybe set a deadline of when you would like the goal-getters submitted to you from the girls to the troop, for the troop. Cookie booth process. So dates and times for stores and drive-up sites are set by GSSEM. We will secure a variety of different booth locations throughout Southeastern Michigan, and this will be available on our eBuddy platform. Any new booths will go live at 7 p.m. Here are the different dates and details of the first couple of booth sales. So on January 24th, 2024 at 7 p.m., You may select up to two mall kiosk booths total. So the mall kiosks are located in a variety of different malls throughout southeastern Michigan. And those are inside the mall at those kiosks. It's not like a booth where you would bring your table and set up outside. They have like a specific kiosk that you may set up on. So on the 24th, this day is specific for that. You may select up to 2 slots total. And then on January 25th, you'll be able to select 1 additional booth if you already selected a kiosk from January 24th. However, if you didn't get anything on January 24th, you would be able to select up to 2 booths total, and that could be more than just a mall kiosk. This kind of opens it up and caps it for a total of 2, just to make the playing field even at this point. And then on January 26th at 7 p.m., the remaining slots will be open for selection. Please only select sites that your troop can work. Please cancel the booths in eBuddy as soon as you know your troop cannot staff it. After January 26th, troops should begin to make their own arrangements for cookie booths with local stores in the area not listed on eBuddy. So at schools, place of worship, local community events, as long as it's not in eBuddy, it is fair game, and you may reach out with your connections after that January 26th date. The following stores have a national corporate non-solicitation policy and do not allow nonprofit groups, including Girl Scout cookie booths: Home Depot, Meijer, and Target. So please be sure when you are connecting with different booths that they do not have that no solicitation policy in place. Please register for the GSSEM's Cookie Cafe selecting a cookie booth if you would like further information on how to select a cookie booth. This is going to be held Thursday, January 18th from 6:30 to 7:30 p.m. Moving on to cookie cupboards. So cookie cupboards are mini cookie warehouses located at GSSEM Service Center or volunteer locations. So after you've picked up your initial order at the scheduled date and time, you can go to a local cookie cupboard if you need more cookies for a booth or additional orders. So in your initial order, it's typically just those paper orders and girl delivery orders on digital cookie that you were picking up. If you have a cookie booth within the first 2 weeks of the booth sales, so our cookie cupboards will be open, or I'm sorry, the booth sales begin February 16th. So if you have a booth scheduled within those first 2 weeks, we recommend just ordering a little bit, in the initial order, and then picking up the remainder at a cookie cupboard starting February 15th and making a reservation there. Just to note, all cookies ordered in the initial order does come out of the initial ACH sweep date, which we will cover that in the financial portion of this program. But just for date purposes here, the first initial ACH sweep is for $2.50 on every package ordered, and that will occur on February 26th, 2024. So be mindful of how many booth cookies you do order. Again, it is not a requirement to order booth cookies in your initial order. Our cupboards open a day early, and you're more than welcome to order any booth cookies at the cookie cupboards. Again, cookie cupboards will open February 15th through April 9th, 2024. Cookies must be checked out in full cases. So again, the full cases include 12 boxes of cookies, and this is the case for all of the flavors. Beginning on March 15th, troops may pick up mixed cases. So the troop would be able to pick up 6 lemon ups and 6 trefoils to create a case. For more information on cookie cupboards, please register for our Cookie Cafe on Cookie Cupboards, which is February 5th from 6:30 to 7:30 p.m. More on our cookie cupboards. So to ensure inventory is available at each cookie cupboard, troops must place a pending order by 10 p.m. each Sunday to pick up during the upcoming week during regular cookie covered hours. When placing your pending order, you will select a date and a time slot to pick up your cookies. To ensure product quality, GSSEM cannot accept cookie returns from initial orders or covered pickups. Here's a look at what the pending order process will look like. So when you are in eBuddy, to create a pending order, you're going to go to the Transactions tab, and then you will hit Add a Transaction. And then the following screen will populate where you'll be prompted to select a time and a location, and then your contact information will actually populate as well. Once that information is done, you've selected that location, you've made a date and a time slot within the proper ranges that of our operation hours, the second image is going to populate, so that cookie order. And there you are going to indicate how many cases of product you would need. So again, we cannot do single boxes of cookies. So in the packages column, that should always be 0. And then in the case column, that's where you're going to indicate you need, 1 case of Adventurefuls. So that would mean you need 12 boxes of Adventurefuls. If you need 24 Lemon Ups, you're going to put 2 cases in the Lemon Ups column. And when that looks good, you're going to go ahead and save. All right, and then the exact instructions on all of this can be found on page 19 of your Troop Manager Guide. So moving on to digital cookie, specifically the volunteer setup and how to get started. So Digital Cookie is an online sales platform for girls. After setting up the Digital Cookie site, girls will be able to sell cookies online to friends and family who do not live locally or those who just prefer to purchase online. All orders on Digital Cookie require payment by card at the time of checkout. So regardless of what type of order is made, the eBuddy system is going to require a card payment up front. So all Digital Cookie orders are prepaid, and Troops should not be collecting any money for Digital Cookie orders. Customers can purchase cookies on Digital Cookies in 4 ways: girl delivery, direct shipped, donation, and Troop virtual booth link. So with girl delivered orders, when a customer chooses girl delivered on the Digital Cookie platform, parents must approve the order in Digital Cookie for it to be successful. Parents and guardians have 5 days to approve that order, or it will be canceled. So this is an important thing to stress to the parents. It's also in their family guide that was provided in the cookie kit. So once that order is approved, the payment from the customer will then show under the girl's name in eBuddy. If it is during the initial order period, it will show on the initial order tab. If it's after the initial order period, it will show under the girl order tab. So the parents must tell the troop leader how many packages of each cookie the girl needs to fulfill her Digital Cookie girl delivered order. The girl delivered order will show under the girl's name. And like I had mentioned, that kind of indicates where you can locate that. You can also find this information in Digital Cookie by selecting the girl, and her information will populate in a little bit more detail. It will show her the exact customer, when the order was placed. All of that stuff can be found in Digital Cookie directly. But specifically for eBuddy purposes, that is where you can find the order in the cookie lineup there. So once the cookies are signed out to the parent, the troop leader must assign those cookies to the girl in eBuddy. So unlike the other options in Digital Cookie, we don't have this option yet with girl delivered orders for some reason, but you do still have to assign the cookies to the girls. So that is where the flavors are going to come into play, where you would need to know how many boxes of what flavor were needed for the order, and then you need to assign that to the girl. So a common misconception is that you're being double charged for the order if you're going to go ahead and place a pending order for those girl delivered cookies, when in reality, you receive a credit. So when these cookies are ordered, the credit automatically shows up by the girl in either that initial order tab or the girl order tab. And you will be able to see the dollar amount of the credit. And so when you create your pending order to fulfill these girl delivered orders, it will balance out in the end. Moving on to the next form is called the direct shipping order. So when customers choose direct ship in Digital Cookie, the packages and payment will automatically appear under the girl's name in eBuddy, under the Digital Cookie column of the girl order tab. So this one's nice and easy. It automatically appears under the girl's name with the correct amount of cookies. So there's no assigning the cookies for these, and the payment is already there. Direct shipped cookies are sent directly to the customer for a shipping fee. The shipping fees are based on average FedEx, UPS, and USPS shipping fees to send food products. These fees are set by GSUSA in collaboration with FedEx. The order will be locked, so you are going to be unable to change anything with this. You're not going to be able to make edits, and the product program team will not be able to either. So if there are any issues with the direct shipped orders, the best resolution is to create a case with Digital Cookie directly by going to their help center. And then moving on to donation orders through Digital Cookie. When customers choose to donate cookies in Digital Cookie, this goes to our gift of caring, otherwise known as Troops to Troops. The online order and payment will automatically appear under the girl's name in eBuddy under the GOC column of the girl order tab, very similar to the direct shipped orders. Again, this order is going to be locked and the troop leader will not be able to make any edits to these orders. So again, if there is an issue with these donated orders, that would be a case for Digital Cookie directly by going to their help center. These Digital Cookie orders, the donation order will count towards the girl's gift of caring rewards earned. So volunteers will have access to the Digital Cookie registration on December 13th. Watch for your registration email from the Girl Scouts Cookie Program email at email.girlscouts.org. In the email is a Register Now button to take you to the Digital Cookie registration site. Simply click that button and you are good to go. So you'll click that and you'll be taken to create your Digital Cookie password. It may, if you are a returning member, it may prompt you to create a new one. However, if you are brand new, you're definitely going to create a new one. So once that is done, you will watch a quick safety video, especially if you are a parent of a girl who's under the age of 13. And then once that is completed, you are going to review the terms and conditions. And again, if you're a parent, you're also going to need to read and accept the terms of conditions for the parent access. If this goes hand in hand with the troop leader and a parent, again, if you are both roles, you're going to read the girl pledge, and then at the site registration at the bottom, you can see there's the accept or continue and continue. So you'll just do that. So again, if you're a troop leader and a parent, you have to do this for both roles that you have. But once you have accepted the terms and agreement, it will take you to which role you would like to select. So again, if you are a troop leader and a parent, you will have this drop-down box, and you will indicate that you want parent access or you want volunteer access to your troop. Unfortunately, you cannot toggle between both, but when you are on here, again, you're just going to select which access you would like. So it's just it's still one login. You can still use the same exact email and password, but it will just prompt you to select which view you would like to, or which role you would like to view. So each time you log in, you can indicate what role you want in order to get the correct homepage. You can also navigate to your other roles at the top of all of your screens by using the drop-down box. So once you are in and the passwords were created, videos were watched, you are taken to your Troop dashboard. So this has all of the Troop data that has been done in digital cookies. So it gives you a breakdown of online sales by cookie flavor, how many orders were placed, how many packages were sold, and kind of just a detailed list of data based on your Troop. So it's a great way to make sure that they're actively participating and reaching their customers. And you can continually just log in and see where you're at with the sale via digital cookie. There is also the option to set up your Troop virtual booth site. This is an online virtual booth that your Troop has the option to set up. Again, this is completely optional. This would be where a customer is looking for a booth and they go onto our Cookie Finder website. They're going to input their zip code and then they would be taken to a list of virtual booths. They can then select which booth they want and then just have the cookies shipped directly to them, or they can make a donation. So by setting up your Troop virtual booth site, you allow your Troop to be open to this. So the Troop virtual booth site is treated as a girl in digital cookie. So it shows up on your girl roster in eBuddy and digital cookie, and the way it's set up and created is very similar to how a girl creates her digital cookie website. So the first time a leader or cookie volunteer for the Troop logs into the volunteer role in digital cookie, they are prompted to set this up. So to begin, they're going to click the Start button. Step 2, you will be asked to enter in a zip code for your Troop. We just recommend that you use a zip code that is a representative of the majority of the girls in your Troop, and you can change this at any time in the program. One of the volunteers from the Troop will need to serve in the role of Troop Site Lead. The Troop Site Lead will be responsible for working with the girls in the Troop to set up their site and approve orders. Once the first volunteer for the Troop has made the selections, everyone will see the selections that have been made and can change them at any time if needed. So if you will look at the bottom of the screen, you can see the zip code that this person input was 99504. And then the Troop site lead for this Troop specifically is going to be Jennifer Campbell. And there is a drop-down box where if you would like to change it and it's not yourself personally, but you've logged in first and you're filling this out, you can definitely change it. Step 3, the volunteer designated as the Troop site lead will log into Digital Cookie and select the parent role. At that point, they will be able to select the Troop as one of the Girl Scouts from the drop-down box at the top of the page. So again, this format is treating it like a girl, so you will have to be in the parent role as the Troop site lead to navigate this. They will need to complete the registration process, or you will need to complete the registration process as if the Troop were a new girl. It will prompt you to do the terms and agreement, watch that video, and sign the pledge, plus registering their name. It's important to leave the preferred first name as it appears so that your Troop URL is correct. If there is an issue with the Troop number, please contact productsales@gssem.org. So you can see at the bottom of the page kind of what that is referencing. So Troop 12359. So if that was your Troop number, you are going to leave the kind of how it is, the Troop 12359, and hit save. So to receive a digital cookie registration, Girl Scouts must be registered for the current Girl Scout year and with the correct council, and to have the correct email address on file for her parent or guardian. I would say the biggest troubleshooting that we have is just making sure that the email is correct, because digital cookie registration email maybe wasn't received. So parents or guardians should check their junk, spam, or promotions inbox one more time for an email from Girl Scout Cookies, email@email.girlscouts.org. with the subject, register for the digital cookie platform today. That would be the exact email coming from Digital Cookie directly. And then, of course, if you are unable or the Girl Scout is unable to log in, it could just be a matter of fixing that email address on file, which the product program department can definitely do. And you'll just email productsales@gssem.org the changes that need to be made. So moving on to the Digital Cookie Girl Guardian setup, we've talked about receiving that registration email, but the girls can just go ahead and sign up in 4 simple ways. She's going to receive that email, create her password, set up her site. So it just takes a few minutes to share the sales goals, share her cookie story. She can upload a fun picture or video, and then she's going to select publish and it will be live. The next step would be to invite customers. So she can reach out to people who maybe don't live in the state or people who would like girl delivery, anyone that she would like to invite. And she can also post her unique QR code on social media, as well as text. And then the final part is just tracking her progress. So she can log on and her personal dashboard is very similar to your troop dashboard. So she can go ahead and see her personal data and see where she's at with the program and where she's at towards her own personal goal. So there is a new optional feature which does allow parents in Digital Cookie to submit an initial order for the girl that will post to the girl's initial order record in eBuddy. So instead of you collecting the paper order cards, you could essentially tell the parents of the troop to upload their cookies needed into the Digital Cookie system for that initial order. That would be all of those paper order card orders. The troop will then have a parent initial order deadline date of January 28th, 2024 by 11:59 p.m. So in order for this to be sent to eBuddy and be sent correctly and done correctly, it does need to be done by January 28th by 11:59 p.m. The parent initial order date populates to the troop record, so the troop can make changes if needed by the troop initial order submission date of February 1st. So you do have the authorization to go in there, make any edits, make sure everything looks okay, and so forth. So more details on this can be found in the 2024 Troop Manager Guide on page 24. Under new parent initial order option with Digital Cookie. It also will include some screenshots here. So you can see that this is kind of what it will look like on your view. So when you log into eBuddy under the initial order tab, you'll see that in red, it says needs review. That means the Girl Scout had gone ahead and input her paper orders into the Digital Cookie system so it could flow into here. And then that's where you would just need to go and make sure everything looks correct, or if it's at 0, it means to be 0, and everything adds up. So we do have a ton of Digital Cookie tip sheets and resources and videos that can be found on the cookie resource page at GSSEM.org. These tip sheets are for customers, caregivers, and volunteers. In addition to that, we also have some Digital Cookie overview webinars, December 12th, 13th, 19th, 11th, and 16th. We go into a deep dive of some of this and review some of the tip sheets. But feel free to share the tip sheets with the caregivers or the customers to better navigate the system. So moving on to our financial procedures. So troops will deposit all cookie program funds into their individual troop bank accounts promptly and frequently. Funds owed to GSSEM are paid to GSSEM via 2 ACH sweeps. So the first one is going to be that initial order sweep. Funds must be available in the troop bank account, meaning all checks cleared by February 23rd. an electronic withdrawal of $2.50 per box for initial order cookies. So all initial order cookies will begin on February 26th. So that is when the official ACH sweep will begin. The second and final ACH is going to be the remaining balance that is owed by the troop. And so that should be in the troop bank account. Again, checks cleared by April 17th, 2024. The remaining balance due to GSSEM will be debited from the troop accounts beginning on April 19th, 2024. So this would be a final ACH sweep for anything that you may be checked out at a cookie cupboard. So you will want to submit an unpaid parent or guardian account form for any monies owed to the troop by parents or guardians to the GSSEM Finance Department by April 12th at 4 p.m. This doesn't happen a lot, but in the case that a parent is unable to pay, refusing to pay for the cookies, this should be completed. This form can also be found in the form section on GSSEM's website. GSSEM offers the opportunity for troops to accept credit card payments for cookies. If your troop would like to accept credit cards this year, our recommendation for a service provider is Square. Your troop is responsible for setting this service up, and a detailed guide on how to set up Square is available on our cookie resource page at gssem.org. So before we move on to our volunteer resources, I did want to note a special financial procedure. This can be found on page 29 of the Troop Manager Guide. So after that initial order ACH sweep, biweekly ACH sweeps will be done for troops with a balance of $5,000 or more in their troop bank account. So if the troop does owe $5,000 or more, the troops will be notified 3 business days before a sweep is set to take place. Troops will not be able to get additional cookies from the cookie cupboard until the ACH sweep is completed. So again, if the troop owes more than $5,000 to GSSEM, an additional ACH sweep will happen, and you will be notified about that. Okay, so moving on to our volunteer resources. So we have a ton of fun things listed on our cookie resource page, and that is at gssem.org, and you will hover over the cookies tab, and that's where our cookie seller resource icon will be listed. We also have a Facebook group for support. It's called GSSEM Product Program Support, and you can request to be a member. This is a great resource for volunteers to talk amongst themselves and kind of get ideas and bounce ideas from each other, and have that volunteer aspect that staff members may not have. So there is that, and then there's a ton of customizable templates and printable resources, again, tip sheets, recorded trainings, and we like to add to this throughout the season. So definitely check back in to see if there's anything new. We do have our Rally Hood hub. This alone can replace a number of tools that troop volunteers and administrative volunteers already use. This is something new this year, so we are still pushing troops to, utilize our Facebook page, go to our resource website at gssem.org, but we also will have all of this information in what's called Rally Hood. So we have a variety of different group sites, emails, and it basically takes the form of that. It takes the form of a calendar, an event sign up. It can accept payments, file storage. We can put photos on there. So be sure to check in with Rally Hood for all of our product program updates as well. And then, of course, our vendor is Little Brownie Baker. So they have their own website and their Facebook page and Pinterest board. They have a ton of different resources on littlebrowniebakers.com. This includes a lot of the stuff you will see on our resource page. and just some fun interactive activities as well. Their Facebook group is listed here in the left-hand corner. It's just called Little Brownie Bakers. And then we have their Pinterest board, which has a ton of different activities, printables, and it archives from the years prior. So you can find things from a couple years ago that would still be applicable to do with girls, as well as new items. And that is also continually updated. So here is the Cookie Cafe schedule. I've been mentioning the in-depth Cookie Cafe trainings here and there, so I will leave this up for a moment. You can see we have a variety of different topics. We have digital cookie for troop leaders, digital cookie overview for parents or guardians, so feel free to share these dates with the families of the Girl Scouts. It was included in their family guide, but it can't hurt to remind them. We have a cafe on selecting a cookie booth, initial order submission, cookie cupboards, and closing your sale. And they will be in depth about each of those subtopics there. And then I wanted to bring up some of our fun cookie merch that we will be having this year in our retail shops. So be on the lookout for this on curbside as well as our in-person shopping locations. And then finally, we have our 2024 Cookie Rally. We are really excited to kick off the cookie season at the Henry Ford Museum in Dearborn. The Cookie Rally is January 27th from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. There will be Girl Scout themed stations set up throughout the museum so girls can enjoy the Girl Scout activities as well as what the museum has to offer. And this event is for all age levels. Girls and parents should register online. You can go to gssem.org and visit the event calendar and register today. So the cost is $15 per girl, and that includes a museum ticket and the cost for activities and crafts and a patch. The girl would receive a patch. And then on the adult side, it is $10 for ticket, and that includes just the ticket. And we will have additional patches for sale at our retail locations and curbside. So thank you so much for your time today. We really hope that you have a successful cookie program. And of course, if you need anything at all, any type of assistance for the cookie program, please email productsales@gssem.org. We will be sending texts and outreach to newer troops just to make sure that you are off to a great start. And happy cookie selling. Thank you so much.